Hello, my name is Eloise Fisher and I play clarinet with the Tasmanian Symphony Orchestra. I'm here today to introduce you to the clarinet family. This is the B-flat clarinet that you may have seen in school bands. This one, a little bit bigger, is the A clarinet. This one, tiny baby one, is the E-flat clarinet. And here we have the bass clarinet. The bass clarinet, as you can see, is significantly bigger than any of the others. It sounds a whole octave lower, and it also has extra keys down the bottom so you can get even lower than an octave lower. So if you have a look at our standard clarinets here, we have 2 holes here down the bottom and 2 holes here, and these are controlled by the keys that we use with our little finger and here. So each little finger has 4 keys on my clarinet, my normal clarinet, to deal with. On the bass clarinet, if you look down here, you'll see a whole lot more huge tone holes. Also on this side, a few up here and here. Which means, of course, that we need more keys to control them. So on the bass clarinet, each little finger has 6 keys to worry about. 6 here and 6 crazy ones here. And the funny thing about bass clarinets is it's actually not standardized, so different bass clarinets will have different configurations of keys. So in fact, when I started with the Tasmanian Symphony Orchestra, this beautiful instrument belongs to the TSO. I had to relearn where all these low fingerings were because the bass clarinet I'd previously used was slightly different down the bottom. So as you can see, there is no way we would be able to get down to these holes or cover them with our fingers. It's just too big, too stretched out, and the holes themselves are too large. So you can see here on all the other clarinets, the tone holes are open like a recorder, and you have to actually cover them with your fingers. If you don't cover it, if the air can escape slightly, the note won't work. So if I play, I'm covered. If I just slightly move one finger, it doesn't work. And that's one of the frustrations of younger students, is learning that they really have to cover all the holes. On the bass clarinet, the holes are too big. We wouldn't be able to cover them even if we wanted to. So you can see that all the holes are actually covered by keys. And these ones that are far away, that's a complex system of levers and springs that mean if we touch this key, these holes close. Or if we touch some of these keys on the back, thumb keys, it goes all the way down the levers and closes the holes like that. So you can see on this side, if you watch here, the levers and springs are working all the way around the clarinet. Basically press here, goes down the back, comes across here, and finally shuts the holes on this side of the clarinet. A bit of a feat of engineering. So the bass clarinet, there were early versions of big clarinets right from the beginning. These clarinets came about in around 1700. But the bass clarinet didn't really come into being properly as we know it today until the mid-1800s. And it was invented in this form, as we see it today, actually by a guy called Mr. Sax, who is, you guessed it, the inventor of the saxophone. So when people say, oh, it looks like a saxophone, it's got a metal bit and it's got the curve, actually that's closer to the truth than they might know. So he decided that this bit should be straight, like a normal clarinet, but that the bell should be curved upward, like a saxophone, so that the sound could go out into the auditorium or the audience. And this is curved just so we can reach it. If this kept going up, we'd have to stand up to play, which is not so convenient. So as you can see, the bass clarinet, even though it looks quite different to these ones, has all the same parts, just bigger. Bigger mouthpiece, bigger reed, bigger ligature. This curves, the barrel becomes a curvy neck joint. And of course it makes a much lower sound. I hope you enjoyed meeting the clarinet family today, and especially the bass clarinet.